All right, Atlanta United Fan TV here with Tanner. A very underwhelming result, and we crashed out of the U.S. Open Cup. Just kind of really lackluster all around. What do you think, man?
It was poor all the way around. I'm really disappointed. I thought it was a trophy that could be had.
I really want a trophy.
Yeah, I think that one trophy can start off that desire to have even more. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really frustrating all around performance. I think is just the best word to describe it as frustrating. I mean, we weren't clinical. We didn't create a lot. I didn't think that anyone was necessarily very poor. I mean, I thought Wheeler Amadou played very well. He dropped into the right positions at times. The break happened very quickly that they scored their goal on. I mean, my biggest issue is probably Zizzo. I don't rate him at all. I think he offers us nothing. From the very early point in the game, I realized we had nothing going down the right wing. It was Tito versus both the right winger and the right back because Chicago were very organized in defense. I mean, it's not a slight on him, but it's like maybe in a game when we want to be more defensive and we're not trying to go forward and we're just playing for the straight counter through pace, maybe Zizzo works. But he didn't work for me tonight. And honestly, I tweeted it during the game. I thought he could have been a candidate to come off. He didn't come off. He stayed on. Yeah, but, I mean, Romario was poor, which I hate because I rate him. I think he's a good player. He made a couple mistakes sometimes. It really pissed me off when we booed him because that doesn't help in any way whatsoever. So whoever was booing him, I was yelling at people around me to stop. Don't boo our own players, ever. I don't care what the situation is. Never boo them. Ever. No. But, he didn't have his best game. But then again, no one did really. Tito looked knackered from the 30th minute on. He made it through the whole game, but he looked exhausted. His body language wasn't positive. I thought his best, spell of play was when he was cutting in from the left side, which honestly, going forward, I wouldn't mind, giving him a shout, seeing him there because of the versatility that Barco offers. Barco's a lot more two-footed than he is, and honestly, him coming in onto his right, he offers a lot more. Honestly, even what would be an interesting experiment is putting Miggy out on the right and Barco down the middle because Miggy could then cut onto his left because, as we saw tonight and previously this season, he has no right foot. If he's ever on his right, he can't shoot, which is one of the reasons I've been slightly critical of him this season because I don't think he's produced as much as we've come to expect, which might be a bit harsh based upon his first season. But knowing his talent level, I know he can do more than what he's doing. Yep. Again, Chicago didn't offer too terribly much. They mostly played on the break, and their breaks were good. They could have scored multiple goals. They didn't. They took the one that they did, and, it was a lack of positioning and loss of runners for our team, but it happens. It's just frustrating to see them crash out to a team like that who haven't been in good form and to see them drop, their third game in a row at home. It's just annoying and slightly vexing as to why they can't seem to get up. When they're playing so well on the road, they can't get up in front of their home fans.
Yeah. No, it is, to use your word, it is perplexing because, I mean, we, said probably before May started that this was like a fortress, and then all of a sudden, everything's crumbling at home. But do you chalk it up to, maybe it's just, that week layoff, the lineup, a combination of other factors? I
mean, it's a lot of things. I think tactically, it's not that we're not aggressive enough. We have the talent to break down teams that sit deep. And that's what teams are doing a lot. They are sitting very deep and playing on the counter. Right. You can't blame them for that because they know how good Atlanta United is. They're not going to play open because they'll get picked apart. Yep. Chicago was compact, broke well. New York was compact, broke well. Kansas City was compact, broke well. Yeah, do we have refereeing decisions go against us in the other games? Yes, they did. At the end of the day, we weren't good enough. We didn't break the teams down with the talent that we have. We have more talent than any team in the league, whether it's USL or MLS. And it's confusing as to why they can't seem to at least slow the play down and break a team down or speed the play up and move the defense to where they can get an opportunity. They had a couple of opportunities tonight. They didn't finish them. That's been a reoccurring theme all season. At this point, it's just what the team is. I mean, they were better in Columbus, but at home, again, tonight, for the first time in a few weeks, they were disappointing. Yeah. I don't know why. I trust Tata. I trust he'll figure it out. But it's getting a bit inexcusable to drop, 3 games in a row at home? Not only not drawing, you're losing 3 games in a row at home, where you average more fans, you break every record for attendance, and they're all behind you. The best teams in leagues win games at home. It doesn't matter if the teams sit deep or not. Right now, Atlanta's not doing that. They're winning on the road, which is impressive. But they got to start winning at home if they want to win a trophy.
And it might be, a combination of this, too, where I don't feel like there's enough urgency to start the game. And then maybe there's too much urgency when they are behind later in the game and they start rushing passes, all that type of stuff, right? And I think maybe it is a motivation thing where, like Tata, even though he rotated a fair bit of the squad, yeah, I mean, he needs to actually somehow get these guys up and going at the first minute.
I mean, look, did we rotate? Yes. That team's good enough to beat Chicago Fire. That team's better than half the teams in the MLS. I don't care who it is. There was quality there all around. Like, again, I thought Wheeler Amanu played well. I thought Kratz played decent. I didn't expect him to come off. I thought really the only poor people were Zizzo and Romario. They didn't play great. Tito struggled as well. That team's good enough to beat anyone. I don't care who it is. If that team lined up in the MLS Cup final, I'd expect them to go toe-to-toe with whoever they were playing and get a result. That team is good enough. That team has a lot of stars. Cannon had an excellent game. The goal was not his fault. He bailed that team out multiple times when they lost runners and had easy shots on goal. Atlanta had a lot of the ball at times. They did nothing with it. And I don't know whether it's not that they struggle to slow the ball down, and it may be a similar vein to, say, a Liverpool, who are used to playing very, very quick, very, very fast, very much on the break. I don't know. But that team should have won the night. Lining up, that team's good enough. That team has enough. Miles Robinson showed he's ready. I mean, really, it's just frustrating to see because they should be winning at home against Chicago Fire again, who have not been in good road form. Obviously, Nikolic isn't a surprising goal scorer, but you've got to score a goal at home. And maybe they take it for granted. Maybe they expect to win at home, but they take it easy. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, they need to improve.